friends, welcome to Code Crush Coding. In this video, we are going to learn how to find the minimum element present inside the array. So here, the requirement is you have already provided with an array and you need to find the minimum element which is present inside the array. So what should be the logic to find the minimum element present inside the array? So let's understand first the logic and then we will try to implement that in our code. So here I have one array which is of integer type and the values present inside this array are 30, 20, 10, 50 and 40. So to find the minimum value present inside the array, there are basically three steps and these three steps we need to follow. So first thing is you need to initialize the minimum element. So whatever array you are provided with, you need to make one particular element as your minimum. Let's say you make that minimum element as array of 0. So the array of 0 is 30, right? So here you could see the index positions of array. So array of 0 is 30, array of 1 is 20, array of 2 is 10, array of 3 is 50 and array of 4 is 40. So you will assign the value of first element to the minimum variable. So the minimum variable is array of 0. So once you initialize the minimum variable, then you need to compare every element with the current minimum. So what does that mean? So on the first step, the minimum is 30, right? Because you have initialized the minimum variable to 30. Then you will compare with the other elements. So 30 will be compared to 20. If 30 is greater than 20, so what does that mean? So it means that 30 is not minimum. The other element is minimum, right? Because it is less than that. So you will update the minimum. So you will update the minimum to 20. Again, you will compare 20 with the next element. So 20 with 10. So if 20 is greater than 10, it means that 20 is not minimum. The other element is minimum. So you will update the minimum to 10. Again, you will compare. So 10 will be compared to 50. So if 10 is greater than 50, so it is not greater. So it means that 10 is only minimum. So we will keep 10 as the minimum. We will not update the minimum in that case. Whenever the condition becomes true, in that case only we will update it. Because 10 is not greater than 50, so we will keep minimum 10 only. So now 10 will be compared to 40. If 10 is greater than 40, no, it means that 10 is minimum. So we will keep minimum as 10. So we have done two steps till now. First step is initialize the minimum element, then compare every element with the current mean. And in the last step, we just need to print the minimum value, whichever will be updated till the last. So that is the logic here. I hope you have understood the logic. You will understand more clearly when we write the code. So let's start writing our code here. So first thing, let's declare array. So int array. Now let's initialize the same values. So let's say 30, 20, 10, 50, 40. So 30, 20, 10, 50 and 40. So these are my array values here. Now what I want to do, I want to initialize the mean element first, right? Because we need to initialize the mean variable to the array of 0. So let's initialize it. So int mean is equal to whatever value present at index position array of 0. So it will store currently 30. Now we will compare this mean with the other array elements. So let's introduce for loop. So for int I is equal to 0, I less than array dot length, and we will increment the I plus plus. And what we need to check here, we need to check if mean is greater than array of I, right? Because that's the condition here. Whatever minimum we have, we will check if that is greater than the array of I. If it is greater, it means it is not minimum, right? So in that case, we need to update our minimum. So we will update here. So min will become our array of I. Here I will say array of I. And this will continue till last index position, right? And then we will get the minimum. And here after the for loop, we will just print minimum element, minimum value is, and then we will print here min. Now let's run this code first, whether we will get the correct output. Let's see. So the year minimum element present is 10. Let's run this code. So see, we are getting the output minimum value is 10. So let's understand again how this code is working. So first thing, you have initialized the array with these values. Then we have a minimum variable which you have initialized to 30. So min is having the value 30. Now I is equal to 0. So first time I is 0. So it will compare min with array of 0, right? So minimum is 30 and array of 0 is also 30. So 30 is greater than 30? No. So nothing will happen. It will not go inside this if case. It will increment the value of I now. So I will become 1. So minimum is 30. So array of 1 is 20. So 30 greater than 20? Yes, it is greater. So update the mean. Mean is equal to array of I. So array of I is currently 20. So we will have the value 20 inside the mean now. Again, it will increment the value of I. So it will increment the value of I to 2. So minimum is 20. So 20 is greater than 10. Yes, 20 is greater. So again, we will update the mean, which is array of 2. So which is 10. So minimum is updated to 10. So in this way, similar two cases will be checked. And in that case, the condition will be false. So it will not go inside this if case. So in this way, we have find the minimum here. One more thing we can do. Instead of starting from 0, we can start this for loop from 1. Why? Because we are initializing the mean to array of 0, and in the first case we are comparing the value with itself, right? Because in the first time the minimum is always array of 0, so no need to compare it with array of 0. We will directly compare it with the next element, which is array of 1. Now if I run this code, let's see we get the correct output. Yes. Now let's try to make different values here. Let's say we have -8 here and we have 100 here. Now in this case, what should be the output? It should be -8, right? Because -8 is the minimum element here. So see, we are getting here -8. The main thing to understand from this video is to understand this logic here to get the minimum element present inside the array. So that's it in this video. We will cover another topics in next video. Thank you for watching.